This was my Unix exercise number 6, where I need to use user-defined functions. I need to write a shell script to understand the use of user-defined functions. And my question is to generate a library management system, where first what I did was like I did get the details and store all the details to a variable, and I did the functions borrow and return book, and then called the borrow functions and return book function and displayed the things. For this, I used the program input d. So this was my whole program. First function, it was like I get the details. Function where using enter the student's name, taking the name, register number, book and book ID. In the borrow functions, I given like enter one to borrow and the enter one to borrow book, otherwise it has to enter two to go to the return book function. So first I'm reading the value either 1 or 2. If it is equal to 1, I'm going to ask me to enter the book ID. Otherwise it will read the book ID, then it goes to today's date, and otherwise if it's 2 is pressed, then it goes to return book function. So in the return book function, you can see like to return book, enter the book ID. You have to enter the book ID, what you want to enter, and you have to enter the today's date. And after that, it will be shown the return as successful. And a display function, I'm going to show all the name, book ID, address, phone number, and the date which is the returned. Everything will be displayed using the display function in the display function. And in the main program, I'm asking to user to enter the week, and for I'm getting the n. I'm using the for loop till the 1 to till end of the n using sequence. It get the details and borrow, and if it's done, it goes to the return book. And if it is done, then the name, address, phone, book ID, and borrowed everything will be displayed. And for this, I'm using the function display to display all the names and details of it. So sh I'm asking enter the number of entries. I'm using one. Jessica. Is the number you are. 51. Book name, maths, let it be. Book ID 76. Enter the book ID 45. Today's date is 22 03 2017. And borrow successful. To return book, it's asking to book ID, so it is like 320 32. Today's date 22 03 2017. So now it's showing all the details of name Jessica, at ID, address, phone number, book ID, and return ID.